Most of all, think of how good it's going to feel for you to get rid of all those gut issues for good. So if you're ready, let's get started on everything about your gut. You know it, I know it, Hippocrates knew it, that it's all about your gut. So it's a huge part of your physical, your mental, and spiritual well-being, and it does get ignored way too often. So we are going to be talking about what is it, leaky gut, do you have it, and how to cure it. And we know if a person has leaky gut or digestive issues, we often do see hormonal imbalances, sleepless nights, hair falling out, anxiety, constipation, and a myriad of other symptoms that are related to the gut. Sometimes things that people don't even recognize could be coming from that area. So a couple of things we want to go over with this webinar. I do want you guys to be able to discover what it's going to be like to address the gut. It's like rebuilding a burning house, right? We want to go over what is blocking you, what can help you, and why certain treatment that you may have tried may have failed. So when you rebuild a burning house, you got to extinguish and seal and put out that fire. You got to clear the debris after that fire is put out, and you got to rebuild. And that's the same way we're going to approach the gut. So before we can go ahead and do that, let's talk about some of the things you're going to expect from this webinar. We are going to learn about the digestion and how your digestion is playing a role in your health, the symptoms of the leaky gut, how to help it, and so much more. So let's get right to it. Let's get to leaky gut and the basics. So what is leaky gut? So it's a condition that does occur when the integrity of your GI tract has been compromised or it's been damaged. So if we do a quick overview, it's when your small intestine, the lining of your small intestine has been damaged. And when this happens, it decreases the barrier for you to be able to get rid of all the toxins and kind of make a separate, get all the good stuff to come through and leave the bad stuff. So when that's not possible to do, you can be susceptible to a lot of other illnesses. If you have incomplete digested nutrients, you're going to have a lot of toxins and bacteria and waste that's going to leak through the intestines, and it's going to flood your bloodstream. So a lot of those foreign substances that are flooding your bloodstream are the things that are causing that autoimmune response in the body, including some of the inflammatory and allergic reactions and respiratory and digestive issues, even headaches and joint pain and skin conditions. So things like stress, too much sugar, a diet low in dietary fiber, excess drinking, non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, using them, overuse, and a lot of food sensitivities can also contribute to leaky gut. So let's get to the basics of the digestive system. We all know that from the moment we chew food, it works by going through our digestive tract, and we have to chew it, and there's a process of breaking it down into smaller molecules. But what people fail to recognize is our digestive system is allowing us to absorb those nutrients. So if you have a leaky gut, even if you're eating great things and you're raw vegan or you're on a plant-based diet or you're keto, you're not really benefiting from the nutrients of your food, right? And that's going to affect the energy because your gut allows you to unlock energy. So a lot of the times when we get clients say, hey, I've chronically fatigued, and yeah, that has to do with your gut, and maintaining your metabolism has to do with your gut. So if all those things are off, you hear people say all the time, I got slow metabolism or I got fast metabolism. And that all comes down to the 10 organs that are working together that are part of your digestive tract. Now, leaky gut, we said, happens in the small intestine, right? So if you look at this image that we have up, the picture illustrates the intestinal wall. So it has the hair-like villi standing up at the top. They look red in this picture. And then the blue section at the bottom shows what leaky gut looks like, right? As the villi flatten out and the space between them enlarges, you can also see particles slipping through the junction. If you see those right at the bottom, they're particles that are slipping through in between those cells. It looks like a green-faced glob on the lower left. That's what we were talking about when we were saying the undigested food particles or toxins that are supposed to be blocked are getting through and they're going into the bloodstream. And then that's what's triggering the immune response, which often leads to a lot of those illnesses and symptoms. So how does this happen? Let's Imagine if you have leaky gut and you ate a burger. The burger is going to get through some of the processing in the stomach, right? Where your stomach acid is going to begin to break it down. But when it gets to your small intestine, bits of the undigested meat, the lettuce, the cheese, and the bread that should be moving through the small intestine, and they end up slipping through the large pores. And the loose junctions that formed, it's going directly into the blood. Bang, now you have foreign particles in your bloodstream and your immune system kicks into gear. So basically your immune system says, this stuff should not be here. I need to attack it and I need to create antibodies to protect from it. And the problem is the immune system doesn't just build up antibodies to be, antibodies to the leak toxins. It's now going to be affecting the healthy cells too. So that's where the problem comes in regards to leaky gut in your immune system. It's not just building up the antibodies to the leak toxins, right? Now you're getting rid of the good stuff. And once that starts, everything you eat is going to leak into the bloodstream because the damage is done. So what started as an irritation maybe is now blossomed into a problem with many things because of the immune response. And this is one of the ways food allergies and autoimmune disorders happen. So the big takeaway here is that once you have leaky gut, even healthy food can trigger an immune response unless it's corrected. So let's get into the health of the GI tract. There are some basic vocabulary, very basic vocabulary that we do want to be familiar with. If you've heard of the microbiome, that is the home of your bacteria and the microorganisms. So both good and bacteria make up your microbiome, right? The microorganisms in your gut are typically weighing 4 to 5 pounds, and they make up more individual cells than your entire body. Now, I get that a lot of the times people will say, oh, does genetics affect this? I mean, stress does, diet does, toxins. Now, genetics are a factor, but we're not going to be covering that in this presentation because most leaky gut can be managed and resolved by addressing the other factors. So if you're somebody who's been suffering from the following symptoms, be it fatigue, constipation, frequent headaches, diarrhea, bloating, UTIs, yeast infections, colds, brain fog, anxiety, depression. If you're someone that has some of these symptoms, the IBS, the celiac, colitis, Crohn's disease, inflammation, skin issues like eczema and psoriasis and acne, fibromyalgia, cardiovascular disease, metabolic syndrome, mood disorders, autoimmune, we've already gone over, migraines, asthma, allergies, inability to lose weight. A lot of these symptoms have to do